In this tutorial video, we will talk about the built-in Python function called format. The format function can be used to format a string before we decide to print it out to the user. It takes two arguments, a number and a formatting pattern, which is also expressed as a string. It could also take a string as a first argument. The format function returns a string which can be treated like any other string, which means we can print it out immediately or store its value in a variable, etc. The first argument passed the format function is the variable or value that we wish to format. The second argument passed to the function is the formatting pattern we wish to apply to this item. This pattern varies based on what we would like to do to the value in question. Once a pattern is applied to a value, the format function will return a string version of our item with a formatting pattern applied to it. This format function can be used to generate a customized string version of a float or integer number. For example, a program using format that outputs a floating point number to two decimal places. Let's say so a equals to a. So this is the number we want to format. So we'll do b a. Run this and we see the output as 1666.67, where the float value of the variable a is rounded off to two decimal places. In this code, we call the format function with two arguments, the variable a of type float and a formatting pattern of type string. The formatting pattern point to f means that we are formatting a floating point value which is indicated by the f character. We want to limit the number of decimal places to 2 as is indicated by the point 2 before the f character. Let's see another example of formatting number using the format function. So if we do c is equal to format a. Here we are formatting the variable a as a 5-digit number as indicated by 0.5. Print type. Run this and we see the output formatted to 5 decimal places here. Now let's use the format function as a 3-digit float plus 20 characters field width. So we do d is equal to format a So run this and notice here that the output value has occupied a total width of 20 characters including the number. This is because of the number 20 mentioned here in the formatting pattern before decimal place. Now let us format another number with a comma as a thousand separator at the appropriate places. We know that in international numeral system, the comma acts as a thousand separator. So we will do E is equal to format 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, comma, int E. Notice here that the formatting pattern includes a comma before the decimal point. When run, this gives the output along with the comma as thousand separator within the number appropriately. Notice in all our examples so far that the format function always returns a string. This means that we cannot use the result of the format function directly in a math expression. However, we could use a data type conversion function, int or float, to turn the string generated by the format function back into a numeric data type if we wanted to. Another common use of format function is to generate a string that contains a known number of characters and or white spaces. Such an output would be understood after looking at example. Let's say x is equal to format running is. This generates a new string x that contains 25 total characters because that is the number we have mentioned in the formatting pattern before us here. The output includes a string Python plus 19 spaces at the end of it. Since the word Python takes 6 characters and the resulting string will have 19 additional spaces added to the output with a string of total 25 characters. The total length of the string in this case will be 25. The less than or the opening angle bracket character in the formatting pattern tells the Python interpreter to left justify the string and place the extra spaces, if any, at the end of the new string. We can also have Python right justify the string and place a space at the beginning of the new string like this. So y is equal to format here, the greater than of the closing angle bracket factor in the formatting pattern tells the Python interpreter to right justify the string and place the extra spaces, if any, at the beginning of the new string. So run this. And you see the spaces at the beginning with the total limit being 25. Another example is, say we have few strings, language, learning, Python, and we might want to generate an output which looks like this in a nicely formatted manner. In this case, we need to ensure that the strings language and Python are of the same width so that the strings that come after them, learning and computer programming, line up correctly. We can use the format function to pad the string with extra spaces at the beginning or at the end of the string. So what we'll do is print format. Now when we run this, we see that the output is nicely formatted as desired by us because of the use of format function in our program along with the appropriate formatting pattern. The formatting pattern here gives us the flexibility to add spaces to our string so that we can format the final output to our satisfaction. Notice here that Python string has 2 characters less than the language string. That is why we put here 15 and here we took 13 so that they are properly aligned and nicely formatted. So these are some of the ways we can use the built-in format function of Python. That's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching this video. If something is not clear to you, you can watch this video again. After that, if you still have some confusion or query, leave a comment below with your questions. If you like this video, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you.